race today. I'm going to see how it goes. I've been doing a lot of good intervals on Zwift. This could be a disaster, or it could be good. I don't know. A little training experiment. We'll see what happens, though. Well, that riding by yourself doesn't do much good. It's hard to tell where your fitness is at. Got to get out there and mix it up. All right, race close to my house. This is absolutely the worst start I've ever had in a cross race, and that's okay. That was actually by design. I wanted to start out a little slower because what I've discovered from Zwifting is the same thing I discovered if you watched any of my videos this summer. I can have a tendency to start out way too strong, and then I blow up. So the first 10 minutes of a race, I wanted to just try to hang in there and take it easy to get my body moving. And I think I successfully did that. So I'm in last place right now. Alright, I was happy with my slow start. These are the 4 leaders that I would never see again, but those are some super strong riders. I was really pleased to be in 5th place. So this is the end of the race. I think my strategy is starting slow and then trying to pick people off. Worked out pretty well in this small field, at least, on a technical course that favored somebody with some power. So yeah, it was a good race. I think that Zwift is the only thing I can imagine that made me much stronger to be able to get these high end intervals down and not feel like I was going to blow up. So race number 1, 5th place out of 10. Masters 1, 2, 3, not bad. Here we go with race number 2. Alright, this is the second race when things do not work out so well. So this time I got a better start following my teammate Brent. Definitely a strong rider, and I thought, well, this is a good place to be. I was on the front line, so got to do a reasonable start. So I was trying to just take it easy again to try to work with my strategy and save my bullets for a little bit later in the race. So we got off to a great start. Brent's cooking me here, and he just keeps getting up and hitting it and hitting it and hitting it, and I was having a hard time keeping up with him here in the beginning, but I managed to stick around long enough, and then at some point here we got a gap right away, so that was pretty awesome. I looked back at, I think coming up here at this turn right here, I think I looked back and realized we had plenty of space already. So I just thought, well, I'm going to settle in here for 40 minutes and just follow Brent's wheel and see how life goes. See if I can protect him or pull for him or do anything to help him out, because he's in the hunt for this little mini series. So whatever I could do to help. But I felt great. I mean, I felt like $1,000,000 out there on this race. So I was surprised after having that hour-long break, but I don't know, felt good. Again, I think that's, not that this was a slow start, but we got settled into a rhythm pretty quick because we didn't have a lot of pressure, so that was helpful. But here's where everything turns to poop. So plugging along, same course, no changes. This is where I have a problem. So I don't know what happened. I come up over this berm, caught my wheel on a root or something, bloop, flipped over. I don't know, I thought I could save it, fought it for a little while, and then I didn't.
I think I just broke my collarbone.
So yeah, that's not a fun way to end a race. So getting carted off, getting everything put together, great teammates, everybody helped me get back and running. So what do you do? Thanks for putting my bike up, Steve. Appreciate that. And the end of it is a injured AC with torn ligaments. So it looks like that is the end of my racing for 2017, which is fine. If you have to get injured, this is the right time of year to do it in November. So hopefully this shoulder guy will bounce back. You can, maybe you can see the lump. Yeah, there's that lump right there. So called an AC injury, and we'll see how that develops. So rest, ice, a little beer, should be back up and running, I think. So Zwift, I gotta say, man, I really think the Zwift stuff helped out because I had that high-end intervals. I was really performing at a high level, so that just coincides so well with cyclocross. fantastic. So as soon as I can get up and running again, I'll be back on the Zwift. Although I think I'm going to have to trade in my rollers for a stationary. Ah. All right, till next time, we'll see you later. If you have any comments about AC injuries, I'd love to hear them. Pros, cons, things to do, how to fix it, how to make yourself feel better, because it hurts like a mug right now. I have to use my other arm to get up to the mouse so I can turn off this video. Yeah, that's what's happening. Go race your bike!